What happens when the lights of the racetrack merge with the roar of engines and the cheers of thousands holding their breath? What could shake the heart more than witnessing a young man, with determination as hard as steel, charge toward the finish line at a speed that makes time itself feel as if it has stopped? On that night, September 20th, 2025, the world seemed to stand still in Shanghai. All eyes were locked on one name. One figure who was no longer just an entertainer, no longer just an actor, no longer just an idol, but a legend who carved out an extraordinary story. With his glowing blue car reflecting the light like a flash of miracle, Wang Yibo claimed the most emotional victory of his racing career. Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-Pop World. Tonight, we are about to trace a story that is more than just a race, more than just a competition. This is a story about courage, about a glowing blue light that became a symbol of hope, and about silent support that brought tears streaming down faces. Let us return to the stage of the GT China Championship Final 2025, where Wang Yibo showed the world that he is not merely a man with popularity, but a true warrior who etched a victory filled with drama. That night, the racetrack was not just asphalt and curves. It was a grand stage vibrating with tension, where every second felt like a pull on the heart. Spotlights glittered, smoke from the engines filled the air, and the cheers of the crowd blended with the pounding of the opening beats. Everyone knew this was not an ordinary race. This was a night of reckoning, the closing night of the season, the night that would write a new chapter in the history of GT China. When the glowing blue car rolled out of the pit lane, the stands trembled. The lights reflected off its body, making it appear like a star that had descended onto the earth. There was something different. The car was not just a machine, it felt alive. Every shimmer of its blue surface seemed to deliver a message. A miracle was ready to be born tonight. The start flag dropped, and all the engines roared. The race began. From his starting position, Wang Yibo didn't immediately storm to the front, but his focus was unshaken. His eyes locked straight ahead, his hands gripped the wheel tightly, his body fused with the machine. The first corner passed, then the second, and by the third sharp end, he began to show his fangs. Swift maneuvers, precise cuts, and fearless daring allowed the glowing blue car to overtake his rivals one by one. Lap after lap unfolded like a dangerous dance between speed and courage. In the stands, the crowd held their breath each time Wang Yibo closed in on an opponent, then erupted in a wave of cheers each time he overtook. There were tense moments when his tires nearly lost grip in a high-speed corner. There were near collisions that would have shattered lesser drivers, but Wang Yibo remained calm, like a maestro conducting a symphony of tension. Finally, the last lap arrived. Everyone stood. Cameras zoomed in on faces lit with hope. The glowing blue car now led the charge. Its roaring engine was the drumbeat of victory. And when the finish line was crossed, the stands exploded. The air shook with cheers. Wang Yibo's name was shouted, not only by his fans, but by everyone who realized they had just witnessed history. He had won. He had truly won. But the story of that night had another layer, one that made the victory even more emotional. Fans discovered that Xiao Zhan had silently given his support, not in front of flashing cameras, not through grand gestures, but in subtle presence, in a sign that only the attentive could notice. A smile, a gesture, a prayer in silence. And once the news spread, the atmosphere shifted. From a mere triumph on the track, the night transformed into a story of friendship, of emotional bonds that went beyond the race itself. Social media erupted. Hashtags about Wang Yibo's victory and Xiao Zhan's support climbed to the top of trending lists worldwide. Fans shared videos, photos, and clips they had captured. Some wrote that the night felt like a dream. Some cried while typing, confessing they couldn't find the right words. Others simply repeated one word over and over: miracle. The stands still thundered with celebration, but there was also a silence of emotion hovering in the air. It was as if everyone realized they had just witnessed something far greater than a race. They had witnessed a story that would be remembered forever, about victory, about friendship, and about the power of support that, even in silence, could shake millions of hearts. Now the questions linger. Is this the beginning of a new era of Wang Yibo's dominance in international racing? Will that glowing blue car become a new icon in his career? And what of Xiao Zhan, whose silent support added an emotional depth that made this story unforgettable? September 20th, 2025 will be remembered as the night Shanghai bore witness to the birth of a legend. The night when Wang Yibo proved he was not just a star but a true warrior. The night when a blue car carried a miracle. And the night when silent support could move the world to tears. And now, this story is not only theirs but ours. Because when real-life drama unfolds before our eyes, we understand why we wait, why we support, and why we continue to love their stories. What do you think, drama lovers? Is this just the beginning of something greater? Will this spectacular victory mark a turning point for Wang Yibo? And will Xiao Zhan's silent support strengthen the bond between them even more? Share your thoughts in the comments, release your emotions, and let's anticipate together the continuation of a story that has already shaken our hearts. Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-Pop World. Don't miss the next update, because every second with them is a story not to be missed.